Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines. Pakistan's top military brass has reaffirmed its commitment to protecting the country's rightful share of water under the Indus Waters Treaty. During the 276th Corps Commanders Conference, chaired by Field Marshal Syed Asim Munir, the military reviewed India's recent statements on the treaty and said the armed forces will take all necessary measures in line with government directives to safeguard Pakistan's water rights. The military also expressed serious concern over the continued use of territory under Afghan Taliban control by Indian-backed militant groups to launch attacks, and warned that Kabul must prevent its soil from being used against Pakistan. US President Donald Trump has said that the United States has secured major concessions from Iran. Talking to reporters at the Oval Office, Trump insisted that Tehran would never be allowed to develop a nuclear weapon. He also said that Washington would take control of Iran's enriched uranium stockpile, adding that Tehran must honor the concessions it has made. Crowds of Iranians marched through the streets of Tehran in a funeral procession for slain leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the biggest day yet in a week of massive memorial ceremonies, demonstrating the grip of surviving clerical leaders. Drone footage on state television showed many tens of thousands of people crammed into a boulevard in central Tehran. As they passed under a bridge, mourners hurled stones at a billboard hung from above, showing US President Donald Trump with a bullet aimed at his head. Others held aloft posters with the faces of Trump, Vice President J.D. Vance, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, or Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, each depicted in the crosshairs of a gun sight, with the words, "There will be blood." 3 sons of slain Iranian leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei prayed beside his coffin and those of 4 other family members. But Mujtaba, the son who succeeded him as Iran's supreme leader, did not make an appearance. State TV showed Mustafa, Maysam and Masoud Khamenei praying behind the coffins laid out in the vast courtyard of Tehran's Imam Khomeini Grand Musalla. On Sunday, tens of thousands more mourners, including soldiers, seminary students and ordinary men and women, filed into the Musalla to pay their respects to Khamenei and his family. Hamas has announced the end of its government in Gaza, clearing the way for a Palestinian technocratic committee to take over civilian administration after nearly 2 decades of Hamas rule. Hamas officials said the group is preparing to dissolve the body that has governed the Gaza Strip for almost 20 years. It said the decision will pave the way for the National Committee for the Administration of Gaza, also known as the Palestinian Technocratic Committee, to assume civilian responsibilities. The committee is headed by Palestinian official Ali Sharth and was formed with the support of the Board of Peace, which was established by US President Donald Trump after he brokered the Gaza ceasefire last October. 25 people have been killed and about 100 injured in clashes between 2 groups of prisoners at a prison in Sri Lanka. 2 police sources and 1 hospital source told Reuters the clashes began on Sunday between convicted prisoners and those under detention at the prison in the coastal town of Negombo. The trigger for the clashes was not immediately known. Police sources said that areas within the prison were still being cleared, with officials working to account for the dead and the injured. Prince Harry will not stay at Buckingham Palace during his stay in Britain this week, despite a spokesman for the King's second son telling media on Monday that he had accepted an invitation to do so. The BBC reported that Harry had not formally responded to the offer of royal accommodation at a royal residence by a deadline, and was told over the weekend that he could no longer stay at Buckingham Palace in central London. China's military has test-fired a missile from a nuclear submarine into the Pacific, drawing criticism and concerns from Japan, Australia, and New Zealand. State media reported that a nuclear submarine of the People's Liberation Army Navy launched the missile, carrying a dummy warhead toward international waters in the Pacific. The missile landed in designated waters, it added, without giving further details of the location. Xinhua described the launch as a routine arrangement of China's annual military training and said it was not directed against any specific country or target. Russian missiles and drones have struck Kyiv, killing at least 9 people and heavily damaging apartment blocks and other buildings, just a few days after the deadliest assault on the Ukrainian capital this year. Kyiv's mayor, Vitaly Klitschko, said on Telegram rescue crews were pulling residents from buildings shattered by the overnight barrage. Timur Tkachenko, head of the city's military administration, said the death toll in the capital rose to 9, with 46 people wounded throughout the city. The United States World Cup campaign has taken an extraordinary turn when FIFA made the unprecedented decision to suspend Folarin Balogun's automatic red card ban, clearing the striker to face Belgium in Monday's last 16 clash after US President Donald Trump personally urged FIFA President Gianni Infantino to review the case. The move thrust FIFA's disciplinary process into the global spotlight, prompted an angry response from Belgium, and ensured that one of this tournament's biggest talking points would centre on the relationship between football's governing body and political power. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.